What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to the $10,000 EIDL Grant Stimulus Update for Tuesday, November the 10th, 2020. Please do me each favor. Give this video a thumbs up, hashtag EIDL with your comments below. Share this video all over social media. If you're new to this channel, and yes, I'm well aware that $1,500 of cash prizes will be given away sometime this week. I need you to subscribe if you'd like a chance to win, and make sure that you hit the bell. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with a regular cup of coffee. I had to back off the bulletproof. I'm working out again. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm all jacked up. I'm losing weight. I've lost 11 pounds since about a month and a half ago. Too much fat in my diet, sugar in particular, and processed food. So I'm eating a lot of salads. I've cut it down to a regular coffee. Actually, let me rephrase that. It's Chevalier. I thought Chevalier was Italian or South American. No, it's Swedish. Swedish coffee, Chevalier, with, what is it, Horizon Farms Organic Heavy Cream. And there's a beekeeper right down the street. I live in the suburbs of Atlanta. Unbelievable. So it's coffee, cream, and honey. So good. All right. By the way, have you missed me as much as I miss you? You ever see some of the comments, ladies and gentlemen? Well, where you been? You ain't been around for 4 or 5 years. You changed your mind on giving away that money, right? Yeah, I knew you were a cheapskate. Oh, yeah, we had some of that yesterday. I knew you were just teasing us. You weren't going to give away that money. You know, same old song and dance. You've been telling us we're going to get our 10 grand since day one, and we still haven't gotten our money. Thank God, most of you are great people. And it's one love around here, right? Black, brown, white, gay, straight, rich, poor, Democrat, Republican. Speaking of politics, holy shit, it doesn't matter. I'm here to help you. I'm here to love you. I'm here to support you. And if you haven't heard the news, we're about to announce a brand new business, end of this year, or what could be the first part of next, where you're going to get a chance to create a profile of you and your business. Phone numbers, address, coupons, marketplace, classifieds, videos, and ability to connect with one another. I'm going to do YouTube Lives. Try to imagine this, ladies and gentlemen. I've done enough death smacking over the last couple of days. Imagine if you're an accountant. Just one example. And let's say that this business that we're going to announce has 100 categories of work. You got accountants, you got lawyers, you got Uber drivers, you got gig workers, you got code writers, and 95 other categories, of which you will fall into at least one or two of them. And I get to know you. I see that you're the real deal. I see you're honest. And I say, you know what, folks? I'm featuring davesaccounting.com today. And he's got a 10% off coupon code with Jason. So when this video is over, I want you to respond to him by way of this email. Use the coupon code. And if Dave, let's say, charging $500 to do taxes, which is cheap for a small business. I pay $800. I've been with the same guy for almost 30 years. For a small business to get $500, that's a very good deal. And let's say that we get 1,000 people to sign up, and only 10 of them say, Dave, I see Jason recommended you. Will you do my taxes for $500? Actually, 10% off of that. So he makes $4 grand. And let's say it costs a fraction, a tiny fraction of that, to be an annual member of this site. Some of you watching me right now are going to make 50, 100, 1,000 times on your money when this thing gets rolling in the later part of December, early January. You're going to have to do your part. You're going to have to show up. You're going to have to get engaged and mix it up with the community. But once I see who the top 1 or 2% are, and I start recommending you in newsletters to hundreds or even thousands of people, I get on YouTube Lives, and I don't just mention one. Maybe I do YouTube Lives where I mention 3 of you. Some of you are going to make a bloody fortune, and more importantly, a difference in the small business world. So if you're interested in doing this, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. And yes, one more time, I will be giving away $500 to 3 people. I'm trying to do it by Thursday or Friday, but my life has been crazy. And one of the reasons why it's been crazy, it's hot in here. It's hot in here. I just worked out about an hour ago, so it might look like I'm sweating, even though I thought I stopped sweating, but I think I'm sweating. It's hot in here. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm hot. Ladies. Oh, I missed you guys. 4 or 5 days. All right, here we are. We got a contested election here, folks. This is the most bizarre year in the history of my life, right? I'm sure it's the same with you. We're hanging on by a thread. We've done over 100 videos trying to get you $10,000 of cash advance and a loan up to $2 million if you qualify. The good news, Mitch McConnell says he wants a deal. Nancy Pelosi says he wants a deal. There's 3 bills, 1 in the Senate, 2 in the House. They all get you 10 grand. And when it comes to the HEROES Act, there's the Lifeline Grant, which gets you, if you have 50 employees or less, 30% of working capital, whichever those two numbers are less. All you need is 50 employees or less, and you got to show a loss of 30% or more as a result of the lockdown. In other words, I, along with a handful of other channels, shout out to Rod Squad, have done our part. So much so, ladies and gentlemen, since June 10th, when this channel started to take off, we're going to hit 44,000 subs sometime today or tomorrow. Thank you so much for your support. I started sending a copy of my videos to every senator, congressman, and woman, governor, radio, and TV stations. And while I couldn't get any of them to do me live, they wanted to do print stuff. I'm not doing print. You want to interview me, I'll do it live, uncut. There's none of this chop it up and make Jason look bad. So if you work for a radio TV station and you're willing to be in somewhere in Atlanta and you're willing to do a live feed, I'll be glad to, and I promise not to drop any F-bombs on live TV, so look me up. But I have been so persistent. I got both of my congressmen, including my senators in Georgia, big runoff coming January 5th to decide who controls the power in the Senate. I got them both to support the EIDL for Small Business Act known as S4227 in the Senate. Over 40 now of the total of 100 senators have come out in favor of getting you that 10 grand and getting rid of the loan caps. All 3 bills do, putting it back at $2 million if you qualify. But if I could share with you some of the threats that I've gotten, you talk about me threatening them. How about them threatening me? Threatening to call Secret Service or the cops on me if I don't stop harassing them. I don't give a shit. So I had to back off a few of them. Maybe a guy that's in Texas, and no, it's not John Cornyn. I had to back off because I'm a little, and another guy in Florida, I'm a little amped up. The good news, though, we got this. This money's coming. I don't know when it is. So here's what's going on. We got a contested election. I don't give a shit who you voted for. I've seen some very scary potential voter fraud here in the last few days. And as you can imagine, if they overturn this election and take it away from Biden and give it back to Trump, all hell is going to break loose. I do not condone violence. I am encouraging everyone right now to settle down. Let the courts handle this. It's going all the way to the Supreme Court. It's 6-3 Republican right now. So I'm telling you guys to be prepared. If we keep finding, did you know that Will Smith's father, who's been dead, voted in Pennsylvania? Joe Frazier, I heard, voted in Pennsylvania. I know for a fact Will Smith because I saw it on the news last night. Then you've got that van that was parked out of a precinct on October the 28th in Pennsylvania, outside of Philly, where they've got an eyewitness from the post office who signed an affidavit under oath saying they were bringing in truckloads worth of blank ballots, opening them, and checking them for Biden. There's also a report out there with over 300,000 votes in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Arizona, and Nevada, 300,000 ballots, that the only thing marked on the ballot is Joe Biden. There's none of that for Trump. Why didn't they vote for the senators, congressmen, and women like everybody else? They didn't vote on any of the local issues. 300,000 votes for Joe Biden. The only thing marked, and they were all mail-ins, was Joe Biden. That stinks to me. That stinks to me. So we need to be prepared that if it really was cheating on an epic scale, and it may be, or it may not, we have to accept the outcome. There's pluses and minuses to both men. I got to tell you, as I said last time, the stock market loves divided government. The idea of Biden in the White House and Mitch McConnell controlling the Senate set the markets up 2,000-3,000 points. Then we had the vaccine news yesterday. It's still up 1,200 points, off the highs a little bit, but we're in record territory, which brings me to my final point on stimulus. Ladies and gentlemen, you may have heard Darth Vader, he's back. Mitch McConnell, he's flip-flopped once again. He's come out and said, well, we need a targeted approach. Let me tell you right now, for the record, I got a blower outside. You know those lawn blowers? They bug me. So if you hear the, that's him right out there. Nancy Pelosi blew it. She blew it. Her own caucus wants her out. She blew it. Secretary Mnuchin for weeks offered her $1.92 trillion, and she blew it. her own Blue Dog Democrats, members of the Problem Solvers Caucus. Some of them have even come out on news in the last few days and said, we don't want her as speaker anymore. Andrew Yang was another one. She should have taken the deal. Now she's going to have to settle for 1.2 trillion tops. They're going to gut the entire bailout to the blue states like California, New York, Illinois. None of that's going to be in there. They're going to pull out some of the testing because now we got a vaccine right on the horizon, multiple vaccines, in fact. She's going to have a much skinnier bill. However, I do believe, my good friends of YouTube, it's not going to affect EIDL or PPP. The biggest reason why? PPP's already got 135 billion sitting there and has been for months. EIDL still has 127 billion sitting there for the loan. All they have to do is appropriate some of that for the grant. About 50 billion will get you the balance of the 10 grand. 9 million people are due an average of 5 grand. The SBA tells me that the average grant awarded was 5 grand. So 5 employees was the average claim. If there's 9 million in the queue, and that includes most of you, 5 grand is 45 billion. So Mr. President, if you're watching in this lame duck session, all you got to do is take 50 billion of that 127 and appropriate that to the grant that gets everybody watching 10 grand. We can use the other 75 billion to continue to loan out until January or February of 2021, which may be required as we get through a lame duck session that's deeply contested in terms of the election. We've got enough money to appropriate right now for the grant and the PPP. And if we have to come back in late January, early February, when Congress reconvenes to do a bigger stimulus package, then so be it. Ladies and gentlemen, I've done my part. I love you. I thank you very, very much. Stay tuned for the $1,500 winners. And thank you very much for watching.